Whenever a Bubba type scandal rocks the Republican Party, it ignites a conversation about the closeted people in the far right. And there will be immediately someone saying that Grindr always crashes in the middle of Republican conventions. And as much as I like to join in the fun, because dude, you have been creative and entertaining in the last couple of days, I think it's always important for killjoys like me to remind you that gay people do not support their far right movement because they're closeted, or because they hate themselves, or even because they are hypocrites. They do so because they're white, or because they value their proximity to whiteness and therefore to power more than they value any LGBTQ plus part of their identity. Sexuality is a spectrum, and I can guarantee that some of the men lurking in these apps consider themselves totally straight, having sublimated their same-sex urges to actions rather than what they consider to be a gay lifestyle. And to consider them all closet cases, pressured by society, is to offer them a cover, the same cover that we offer white women who vote Republican, whom we consistently strip of agency whilst they consistently support our oppressors. I did a video beforehand in which I quoted James Baldwin, and he stated in the 80s, and I will paraphrase it now, that white gay people felt cheated because they were born in principle in a society in which they were supposed to be safe. And the anomaly of their sexuality put them in danger unexpectedly. Their reaction seems to be in direct proportion to their sense of feeling cheated of the advantages which accrue to white people in white society. But a lot of time has passed since James Baldwin, and homosexuality has been normalized to the point where the people who were upset because their marginalization impeded them from practicing their whiteness are at this moment leaning into their whiteness. Because of work of people like Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera and James Baldwin and the oceans of black and brown people and gender non-conforming people and white people who coalesced into the queer movement that allowed them to stand where they are socially at this moment. Continue making fun of everything? Yes. But do not forget that Scott Bessent, Richard Grenell, Peter Thiel, and all of the coterie of white gays who are at this moment working for the Trump administration are doing so because they made a choice, and their choice was whiteness. And if you give queer people who support the MAGA movement the benefit of the doubt, you're putting yourself in danger. They've made their choice.